Suomi voittaa!
Suomi voittaa!
No mutta terve vaan! Hyvää tätä päivää! Hauskaa iltaa kaikille!
Sisälle ja kaikilla lipuilla pääsee.
Anteeksi mitä?
Riittäkö synkokameraan, onks jo?
Hei, Ria, Hungaria!
Warning, the pregame show contains flashing lights and images. Varoitus, alkushow sisältää vilkkuvaa valoa ja kuvaa.
Tässä näkee meidän tuskuun. Tulee voittola sitten.
Finland and Hungary will start a very busy weekend at the 2023 IIHF World Championship. Welcome to Tampere. Referees for this game, Sean Fernandez of Novi, Michigan, Jan Herbik of Czechia. Your linesmen are Nicholas Constantino of France and Davis Zunde of Latvia. There's Kevin Constantine in behind the bench for Hungary in IHL Championship with Kansas City. And Jukka Jalonen, the veteran coach. First pro job was here in Tampere with Ilves. Spent some time in the KHL, but the last number of years dedicated to the national team here in Finland. Second ever meeting at the World Championship between these two teams. The previous one, 2016. That was in St. Petersburg. And a 3-0 win for Finland in that one. Finland is coming off a hard-fought win over Germany and climbing back into the 4th position in Group A. Hungary coming off a tough game yesterday against Sweden, a game where they did not register a shot on goal over the last 2 periods. And looking for a bit of a response game here, but it won't be easy against Finland. Bensa Balij, 1-1, .930 save percentage, 2-time Hungary goalie of the year. Will start for Hungary in this one. And Jussi Olkinuora, the top goaltender in last year's World Championship, going 8-0 with a .948 save percentage. And he will get the start in this game for Finland. Finland and Hungary underway here in Tampere. Mikko Lehtinen will send this back into his own zone. Led his team in scoring last year. Led all defensemen in scoring. Gets it on for Hartikainen. Hartikainen trying to get it to the front of the net. Came back to the blue line. Lehtinen will track it down to the center and slam it right back in. Steve Sheets couldn't trap it. Hartikainen had it, lost it. Back up the ice for Milos Gallo, trying to get that to the front of the net. That got turned aside. And taking it cleared back for Koivisto. Koivisto gets to center, sends the long shot in. Balij will turn it aside. Yoel Armia going after it. Armia on the near side, giving chase on Hado Bosch. It's around the boards. Capo Cackle tried to play it back down low. And this will get sent all the way down the ice, and an icing call coming against Hungary.
Well, I think there's no doubt the Finns are off balance. They didn't expect to be behind Denmark in the standings at this point. They didn't expect to have a goal differential of -1. I think the fans are horrified at where their team is right now, but they've got a pretty easy stretch right now, and I expect this to be sort of like practice. I expect them to win by a couple of goals at least, and that they'll have the puck an awful lot. And Hungary realized that Kevin Constantine didn't beat around the bush. He said, we better have the puck and be like a mother bear and protect it as best we can, and we better be a vicious dog without it.
Here's a shot to the short side by Erdley. Misses the target up high. Erdley's been good for Hungary through all of that game yesterday against Sweden. 7-1 the final, and no shots on goal for Hungary the last 2 periods. Erdley and Bartolic were a +1 in that game.
That is unreal. But to go with no shots for 2 periods, and Kevin Constantine didn't beat around the bush there either, did he? He said, we quit. And coaches are loath to use those words, so he must have stunned his team. He doesn't want to see any quit in this game here tonight. They lose 7-1 to Sweden. Ville
Pukka plays it around the boards, comes back at the line. Hadobosh and Horvat. Horvat will try to get it, can't. Lamiko carries in. Lamiko on the rebound. The puck was loose there for a second. Grabbed off by Kasperi Kapanen. Kapanen sails this to the front of the net, off a stick and wide. Taken by Gallo. Plays it for Puck. Finland on the steal at the line for Ville Pukka. Shot it wide. Sepala in from the left point, plays it back around the boards. And in his first action is Valtteri Merila, number 19. And his 29, Andy Oksanen, not in the lineup for Finland. Merila comes onto that 4th line with Bjornanen and Marko Antila. Milan Horvat Plays it into the corner. He tried to get it back there, but Roland Kisa's pass got intercepted. And now it's bounced out at center. Pello sends it on, and this will get cleared in. Hartikainen plays this in behind the net. Marco Antila with a big goal against Germany. Big number 12, very popular on this Finland squad. Chops it away at center, but there's a chance carrying in, and Okanora gets a piece of that as it came off the stick of Vincent, sailed over top the net. And from the near side, Przgoyi lets it go, and a save made by Okanora.
One of the best lines I heard all year long in the NHL was from Don Granato when he said, "No one fears you if you can't score." And that's the absolute truth. Hungary can't score. So is Finland fearful of Hungary? No, they're more fearful of themselves about trying to get their game going. Let's see what they do here this afternoon.
Mikko Rantanen on the puck, still goalless in this tournament. Give you a couple of stats on him. Back to the National Hockey League this year, where he scored 55 and finished third in NHL among goal scoring. He had a couple of stretches. He went twice 4 games without scoring. One was late October, 4 without a goal, and then scored 9 in the next 6. And late January into February, went 6 games without a goal, and then scored 6 in the next 5. And Jukka Jalonen, the coach of Finland, is hoping that the negative stretch is over for him. Kako takes it to the outside. Kako pinned to the corner boards there by Hadobash. And the puck loose and grabbed off by Zabo. Yoel Armia is all over him in the corner. Puck squirts free. Bartolish will chip it out to center ice, and this will get sent in by Safron. Erdley trying to work it out of the corner boards. Comes off the backboard, centered, and Okanora has to make a save off of Bartolish. And Okanora wasn't sure where it was, and Bartolish thought that might have been in.
Yeah, that was a little messy on the save there. It just comes off the end wall, and Bartolish just gets a little bit of inside position there against Olimata, and that's all it takes. When it squirts through, I think it's unsuspecting there for Olimata, who doesn't quite have his man, and Okanora has to come up with not the cleanest save, but the bottom line is he did save it. In Finland, if they were to give up the first goal in this game, it would turn this crowd, and this crowd is revved up. The anticipation level of them just mowing down Hungary, you can feel it in the air. An early goal by Hungary could really set a tone that would change things for them and obviously give them a lot of confidence.
It's a beautiful sunny afternoon in Tampere on a Friday. And the people were out and about very early, getting ready for this game and getting ready for a very busy weekend here in Tampere. 3 games tomorrow as the preliminary round starts to wind down with a little bit more importance on every game. So after going 43 minutes without a shot on goal, Hungary 3 so far in this game, and a couple have been pretty good scoring chances.
That is an amazing stat, that you could go that long without getting a shot on goal. I mean, what are your priorities? You'd think you'd just get so angry at some point, you'd come down and let them go from 2 feet outside the blue line.
Yeah, after going without a shot in the second period, you kind of had the feeling that somebody was going to come out at the start of the third and do exactly what you just said. Just get inside, get over the red line, and hammer one.
And that's what upset Kevin Constantine. He just didn't like the reaction. So he has obviously challenged his team for a response in this game, and he made no bones about it.
Freeberg will play this in. Merrill to the short side, try to slip a backhander through. Chopped away from in behind in it, and right back up the ice now for Sivak. Gets out to center ice, got stopped. Gallo will follow up on the play. Vilnius Gallo. Freeman keeps an eye on him. Sends it across. There's a chance. Hari trying to get that to the front of the net. And he came down low off the side, and Gallo was there, but he was in a little too deep.
Rantanen with good coverage out in the slot, too, prevented a shot, a real good chance for Hungary.
Paulo's pass was intercepted. It's back in deep around the boards. Erdley going after it, but cleared away from him and taken by Pello. Looking for a line change, so he'll just leave it there. Mikko Koivunen, or Mikko Lehtinen, will carry it out. Drops it back. Manninen had it get away from him. Up on the boards, kept in. Rantanen gets it back at the line. Long shot goes wide. Hartikainen going after it, but Hadobosh will chip it away from him. Jonad Erdley, number 36 at center for Hungary, couldn't handle it, and it's back into the Hungary zone. Bartolic will chip it on. This will get flipped up at center. Hungary starts a line change. And Mikko Lehtinen will take it back into his own zone, and Finland will change as well.
That top line for Finland, Rantanen, Hartikainen, and Manninen, 12 points so far. Rantanen without a goal. Hartikainen, I think, has been the most effective guy on a regular basis. Manninen very close behind, and nothing wrong with Rantanen, but he just can't score.
Kish with a shot from the near side. That got turned away. And a battle for a loose puck ensues in the corner. Antti Sumala around for Ole Mata, and to the blue line. This does come out. Zabel will play it back at center, but it's right back into the Hungarian zone. Gorat will play this up at center. In across the line. One-handing that in, but not getting it deep was Pop. Now tied up along the boards, and the game is going to get its first penalty. Scoreless here in the first. Istvan Terbush will go to the penalty box for slashing, and the first power play of the game will go to Finland. 3 for 10 in the tournament, operating at 30%. And the penalty kill for Hungary, 7 of 12, so 58% on the penalty kill for Hungary. And now Sakari Manninen in a conversation with the linesman about this face-off. The referee will come in, and
he's not too happy with Hari either. Give him a pretty good push there.
Manninen will win it back at the line. Lehtinen down for Pessinen. Pessinen sends it near side. Manninen back for Lehtinen. And back for Manninen. Power play for Finland. Manninen cross ice. Rantanen the shot blocked. Rebound punched wide at the line, and Lehtinen will hold this in. Shot back to the corner. Sakari Manninen is after it. On for Hartikainen, cross for Rantanen, big save. Balij got across and makes the stop. Getting dumped on the play was Erdley. Manninen back up top for Lehtinen, cross ice. Rantanen didn't get much on it. Steep Sheets on the loose puck trying to clear. Blocked by Hartikainen. Kept in at the line by Lehtinen. Into the slot, Hartikainen and Balij. Got across and got the left pad down. Taken by Rantanen. Manninen Rantanen to the front looking for the tip, the rebound in tight. And Hartikainen put it over the net, and Balij has lost the helmet.
That might have been Garrett's stick that deflected that one as they get it into the middle of the ice, and good scoring chance for Hartikainen. Yeah, real nice job by Garrett. That's why that one didn't go into the net. But it's amazing to me that Rantanen still is really having trouble shooting the puck. I'm wondering if he's changed his blade or a stick or something. Why would you do that when you scored 54 goals in the NHL this year? But I've never seen Rantanen miss his shots. Even the first one, he got it on net. It was an okay shot, but it was probably half of the speed that he might have got on it. And the second one was almost a total fan.
Sumilov throws this one cross ice, ends up at the right point for Olli Mata. Mata will dish it off. Power play continues for Finland. 35 left. Came to the front. Kakko couldn't get a stick on it. Yoel Armia's on the loose puck. Armia will get it back. Walks it in. Doesn't shoot it. Plays it back up top at the line. Olli Mata gets it down for Armia. Armia takes a look. Back up top for Olli Mata. And back for Armia. One-timer fanned on it. Kakko. Back for Armia. Back for Kakko. And back for Armia. Up top, Olli Mata. Dying seconds of the man advantage. They'll go cross ice for Sepulveda. Tried to go short side. That was deflected away. 5 shots on that power play. In tight, Balij down. And he'll find it and hang on to it.
Yoel Armia with a chance there too, and he ended up sort of fanning on it as well.
Scoreless here in the first in Tampere. Only World Championship meeting between these two teams, 2016 in St. Petersburg, and a 3-0 win for Finland. The same story yesterday when Hungary met Sweden, except it was way back in 1935, the only time they had played in a World Championship. It was not a good outing yesterday for Hungary, but they've been very competitive here in the early going of this one. They were competitive in the first period yesterday against Sweden, and then the game just got away from them.
Well, once you get down by 4-1 or so, and you just know you don't have the puck and you're not even getting any shots on net, it just takes away your hope. But I mean, Kevin Constantine had the right idea, like, hey guys, you can't quit here. And so he got the message across. They know they don't want to be embarrassed again, and they know if they don't play every shift really hard that Finland could really throttle them here, because they know they're just waiting to bust out offensively.
Austria and Denmark yet on the schedule for Finland. Denmark with the loss yesterday. Germany getting into the win column as well. So Germany looking to put itself back into that quarterfinal hunt as well after a slow start. Latvia leading Slovenia 1-0. Richards Bukarts, one of the Bukarts brothers, has opened the scoring in that game. This one still scoreless. Kasperi Kapanen became a hero in Finland back in 2016 at the World Junior in Helsinki when he had the overtime winner for a gold medal victory over Russia. Short side try, Balij is down, and Kapanen ripping that one in, and a good save.
Motion is so important in the offensive zone, and when you have the extra room you do on this ice surface compared to the NHL, that extra 5 feet of width, you can use the outside and get some speed going. Motion gives you opportunities for each individual player. And then when they get one guy standing ready, like Kapanen was in that prime area for the one-timer, they end up with a good scoring chance.
The talent in that tournament back in 2016 was remarkable. There's a shot from the line that sails wide. Rantanen, who was part of that team, he'll dump it off. Shot, scores! Mikko Lehtonen gets his second of the tournament. He leads his team defense in shots on goal. That is his 10th. And it finds the back of the net. 1-0 Finland.
Yeah, good motion again, and that's what started. The D-Corps now has 2 goals and 7 assists for 9 points, and both of the goals have come from Lehtonen. He's outside the dot, and that is a shot of a 40 or 50 goal scorer. Really well done by him. There's Rantanen coming up, taking 2 guys away, creating some space. Rantanen going from low back up high, and passing 2 ships in the night. Lehtonen coming from high to low, and he gets enough room and time, and he just picked the corner. And again, goaltenders going down in the process of going down leave room on the short side right by their ear, and that was the perfect shot and where it should be.
Mikko Lehtonen. Syöttäjät 96, Mikko Rantanen.
Rantanen after it one more time. Ultima and Rantanen on the assists, and a 1-0 lead for Finland. Stopped in behind the net by Old Kenora. He'll snap it around for Hartikainen. Hartikainen goes rink wide for Rantanen. Rantanen puts on the brakes, looks for some help, tried to slip that into the paint. Grabbed off by Steepsheets. He'll skate this up at center. Hits the line, tried to dish it off. Offside is called. Steepsheets, the 2016 Hungarian Rookie of the Year, has had a good tournament.
Well, Finland, with that motion, there's another look at the goal, and the goaltender, Bully, should have had that one. I mean, it's a really good shot, but the goaltender's hand is well down by his side, and he's just really slow to get it up there and make the save. But
didn't look like he was set.
Didn't expect it to come from that far out, probably.
Kind of looked like he took a look to see where everyone was, and you're right. It was a little far out, but Lehtonen just snapped it. And Finland with the 1-0 lead. Played in around the boards for Capo Kakko. Fejes will take it away, gets it into the corner. And this will get sent down the ice by Hari. Back in for Yoel Armia, chips it in deep. Zabo goes after it, Armia gets a piece of him. Sumala plays the back to the blue line. 51 NHL games for Antti Sumala with San Jose. Taken by Zabo, tried to clear. Yoel Armia will block it. Armia sends it down. Sumala short side tried to go up top. Comes back at the line for Olli Mata. Mata will play it back down low. Fejes. Kakko gets inside position. Kakko then got stopped by Zabo, who gets help from Fejes. And Fejes will play it up on the left side boards, and the cross-ice pass from Garat didn't get anywhere. And it ends up back in behind the Hungarian net. Beardley tried to clear it out. Sofron over to help out. Puck is still loose and finally does get lifted off the glass and out to center ice. Matten Pala will bring it back in, leaves it for Bjornanen. Bjornanen sends it in. Merila. And Big Antle is in there to poke the loose puck after some good body contact with Merila on Hadobash. Sofron twists out of his own zone.
Finland really making it difficult on Hungary to get out of their zone. Entries into the zone in this tournament are not that difficult as a rule. because of the width of the ice being 5 feet wider, I really noticed the difference compared to the NHL on some nights where it can be difficult just to get in under control. So you can get in there, and it's what you do movement-wise once you get in. Are you utilizing the points? Are you spending time in the corner? Are you turning pucks over? And Hungary spent a lot of time inside their own zone and have trouble getting it out.
Saunier for Hungary had to get away from him at center and sent back in to the line. It comes, and it just slips away from Seppala and makes its way all the way back down the ice. Seppala sends it on the right side for Kapanen. Kapanen gets slowed up at the line, keeps on going, plays it in deep. Gets sent around to the near corner and chipped off the boards by Pop and out to center ice. Pop will give chase. Christoph Pop leads Hungary in face-off percentage at 69.2%. Won 9 of 13 in the game against France and is 23 of 37 overall coming into this game. There's your goal scorer, Lehtinen. Manninen will send this in off a stick, and big Rantanen goes in after it. Rantanen works it off the boards, got that shot away, and he missed the net. Lehtinen trying to play it back for Rantanen, and it comes up center ice. Rantanen gets stopped there. Gallo couldn't get anywhere. And Hartikainen will play it through for Sakari Manninen. Hartikainen takes the pass. Hartikainen would get away from him. And now back early with some room as Koivisto went for a bit of a spill. Centered out front. And this gets put off the boards and out.
Olli Maatta saved the day there. Koivisto took a tumble there. He just misstepped. Olli Maatta came sliding across and blocked that cross-ice pass. Otherwise, could be a slam dunk for Hungary on their first goal.
Chofron dumps it in. Koivisto dumped it right back out. Seppala pouring in after it. Comes back at the line. Koivisto. Sumala there to help out. Koivisto trying to hold it in. Can't. And Hungary will clear with Sofron. Gets to the red line, looking for a change, so he'll dump it in. And Finland on the regroup. Up for Kapokako off his stick. Sent around the boards for Keese. And he'll drop it back into his own zone. Here's the long wrist shot. That got turned away. Another shot to the side of the net as it comes off of the stick of Keese. Looking for Saunier. Bounced out at center and then put back to the line. And taken now by Freeman. Horvat back for Hungary. They've gone a long stretch here without a stoppage. Merila in his first game action.
And so much of this has been in Hungary's zone, and it takes a lot more out of you defending than it does on offense. On offense, you're always all keyed up, but if you're spending the whole first period inside your zone, that'll start to tell later on.
Christian Nagy couldn't get anywhere. Merila with the shot. Tied up on the far side into the final 40 seconds now of period number 1. Lamiko trying to dig it out of the pile. Antila is just going to kill valuable seconds.
Looks like a rugby scrum.
With one guy way bigger than the rest. There's a blast from Ville Poka. And he ripped that one over top the net. A little chin music on Balij. Turned over inside the line. Centered in front off the pipe by Lamiko. Another chance into the crease. Balij dives across and smothers it.
Amazing chances for Finland once they did get the puck off the wall there. Hungary had too many guys over by the wall. Nice control play. Good setup. Big time save. Nice patience there. And then Lamiko just doesn't get it up. In those situations, you just can't assume that the goaltender can't get over there. The only hope goaltenders have is to shoot that leg across, and they're also flexible and so good. And he makes a huge save there. That one's got to go upstairs.
Looked like it may have gone off the post. It was a bang-bang play, but yes, the right pad of Balij to keep this a 1-0 game late in period number 1.
Well, Finland had a lot of things go right. They spent a ton of time inside the offensive zone. They certainly got some looks. They just want to see the puck start going in the net a little more often.
Shots were 10-5. Finland won 63% of the faceoffs. 20 minutes done on a Friday afternoon, and Finland 1-0 the lead.
Finland 10, Team Hungary 5. Riikassa tilanne ottelussa Latvia Slovenia on ensimmäisessä erässä 1-0. Riikat the score between Team Latvia and Team Slovenia in first period 1-0.
Elkezdtem hátrálni és összeestem. Abban a pillanatban, amikor tettem volna, Another sunny day in Finland. Let's rock and roll. Red, white. Hey, don't use stick! Right with you, right with you. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's play. Head away. Head away. Hey, stop. Stop. Yeah, good one. Thank you. Hey, stick down. Go, Chris. Hey. Okay. Hey, play. Move the puck. Hey, don't do it. Hey, don't do it. Play the puck.
1-0 Finland with the lead. As far as ice time in the opening period, Milan Horvat had 6 minutes and 58 seconds for Hungary to lead all players. Olli Mata was the top Finnish player, just over 6 minutes. Sakari Manninen won 4 of 5 face-offs and a 1-0 lead. Benza Balish was very good in goal. One did get by him. And Jussi Olkinuora faced 5 shots and had to make a couple of real good saves early in this game.
Well, you bring up the ice time, and it's interesting. Jensen Abo of Denmark leads everybody 25 minutes, almost 26 minutes a game. There is no Finnish player in the top 30 when it comes to ice time per game. They just keep rolling them. They play 8D, they play 4 lines, they keep the units of 5 together a lot, but that's interesting to me, and I wonder if it'll change as it goes along. They probably don't need to change that in this game, maybe not even the next one. But as they get into the medal round, you wonder if they'll cut it back. I know if I was playing, I would not like playing with 8D, 4 sets of D. It's just kind of weird to me, but that's the Finnish way.
Pass for Hartikainen goes off the stick and up and out of play. Some interesting stats around the World Championship. Dominik Kubalik has surged out in front as far as the scoring lead is concerned. 6 goals and 10 points. That's number 1 in points and also number 1 in goals for. Number 1 in assists. After a couple of assists in the game last night, is Marcus Lauritsen, has 6 assists for Denmark.
Yeah.
And that leads the way. Leonardo Giannoni has played 2 games. He's topped 30 of 30 and has yet to allow a goal for Switzerland.
And how about Mackenzie Wiegers in second place in points overall? He's got 8 points for Canada, and he's a +6. He's having a heck of a tournament, too, over on the other side.
Scott Laughton has won 53 faceoffs coming into today's action for Canada. Rodrigo Abels has won 52. That's not taking 53 faceoffs.
That's amazing.
That's winning 53 faceoffs. And Nico Sturm, who we saw last night, has won 51 faceoffs in this World Championship. Finland back in on the attack. And a penalty coming up as Olli Mata tried to dance his way around Sofron and gets taken down. Mata will control the loose puck, plays it along the boards, and it gets grabbed and touched there by Safron, or rather by Szabo, and Safron will go to the penalty box for the trip.
Yeah, Finland came into this game 3 for 10 on the power play. They've had a look in this game. That's 6th overall in the entire tournament. And I keep looking at Rantanen. Rantanen's one-timers, and I wonder, just because of getting used to this wider ice surface again. I know the face-off dots and the face-off circles are in the same place, but I'm a big environment guy, and it does give you a different perception because the ice surface is wider. It seems like the net is in a different place, or sort of suspended in a different place, and your automatic go-to on those one-timers is a little bit off, and that's what it looks like to me to Mikko Rantanen.
And you wonder if early, if he did misfire on some, and now he's kind of has it in his head that the ice surface is a bit wider. Power play for Finland. Sumala had it at the side of the net and gets chopped off his stick, and down the ice it goes. And Olli Mata will hustle back for Finland. Finland 0 for 1 in this game with the man advantage. Drop pass for Joel Armia. Armia got it into the skates of Sumala. He does get it deep, but Bartolic is there to clear. Kept in by Armia. Plays it around for Olli Mata. Mata sends it back for Sumala. Armia creeping in on that backside, and the pass was headed for him. And Hajgozi just got a piece of it. Armia sets it up from the other side. Trying to find a lane back for Olli Mata. Finally does get it to him. And again, Olli Mata trying to go down for Kasperi Kapanen. And another good stick down there by Bajgoyi. Into the slot. Slap shot by Kapanen. That got blocked by Bartolic. Kapanen cross ice, and a misfire there for Armia. Taken by Sumala. To the goal line for Kakko. Gives it back to Sumala. Sumala tried to get it through, and that was blocked by Hadobash. It's put around for Armia. Backdoor scores! Capo Kakko. has his first of this World Championship on a terrific setup from Joel Armia. 2-0 Finland.
Yeah, he needed that one. Capo Kakko's done some good things in this tournament, but he hasn't been able to find the back of the net, and this was a brilliant pass from Joel Armia. At the early part of the power play, I kept wondering what Olli Mata was doing over on one side of the ice, and Armia was stranded over on that left wing side. But that all passed. They were able to keep the puck in the zone and wear out the defenders, and then this is just beautiful. Here's a really good look from the referee's helmet cam as he followed that play up. The timing of it is perfect. Armia looks into the middle of the slot to look everybody off, and that sets up the pass right through the crease area.
Collision at center ice as Kish and Merila go shoulder to shoulder. Puck cleared into the Hungary zone. Merila sends it on for Harry Pessinen. Pessinen tried to jam that in on the short side. Grabbed off by Lamiko. Lamiko gets bumped off the puck and knocked down. And the puck out at center. Terabuch tried to get it in deep, could not. Grabbed off by Merila. Well, Terry Merila, back-to-back Liga championships in this city with Tappara. The Champions League championship for him as well, and a late add to this Finnish roster. Antila, possible odd man rush, gets it across. Kapanen lets the shot go. Taken off the sideboards and a little bit of room for Seabrook. And Antila with that long reach, reaches across and knocked it away from him. Steep Sheets puts on the brakes, trying to lose the checking of Antila. Up at center it goes for Bjornanen. Out through center, Bjornanen carries in. So Merila has been put in Kasperi Kapanen's spot, and for this shift, Kasperi Kapanen finds him on the line with Antila and Bjornanen.
Here's another look at this beautiful pass by Joel Armia. And it just catches everybody. The sticks are all in the middle of the ice in the slot. And Armia realized there's just a little bit of room there that I can get this done. And he does a terrific job. Meanwhile, on this last shift, the Finns on a 2-on-1. There's nothing more frustrating. You get a great scoring chance to set it up right, and then you blow it over the net. They've done that a lot.
Not much on that shot by Hartikainen and the save made. I mentioned that 2016 World Junior that Kasperi Kapanen scored the overtime goal. Jesse Puljujärvi led that tournament in scoring with 17 points. Sebastian Aho 14, Patrick Laine 13. That was a line. Also in that tournament, Austin Matthews, Matthew Tkachuk, who had the overtime winner for Florida last night at the end of the fourth overtime period. Yes, it was this morning. Zach Werenski was in that tournament. Alexander Nylander, who was in this tournament. Dennis Bolgan's in this tournament. Olli Juolevi, Adrian Kempe, Christian Dvorak on the Finland team. Roope Hintz, Mikko Rantanen, Juho Lamikko, who's in this one. The goaltender was Capo Kakkonen. Emil Larmi, the backup goaltender, or who was the starter the other night, he was on that team. There was a lot of big names at that tournament.
How much would they love to have Roope Hintz now? What a playoff he's had. He's got 9 goals, 19 points in 13 games in the NHL playoffs for Roope Hintz. And you mentioned Heiskanen too. Heiskanen's playing 28 minutes, over 28 minutes, and he's got 9 assists in 13 games for Miro Heiskanen playing for Dallas, and 7 of the 9 assists are on the power play. So that power play for Finland would be even better. And that's not mentioning even Aho and Barkov, who are still in the playoffs, who could be playing for Finland. Half their team could be different. But congratulations to all those guys and those teams that are still in the Final Four: Florida, Carolina, Dallas, and Vegas.
I don't know what the story is, and I've asked and unable to get an answer as to the Patrick Laine story. It was announced that Patrick Laine was going to play. He's from here. That he was going to play in this tournament. And some of the Finnish reporters I asked yesterday, what's the story, and no one seems to know.
His picture's on the side of buildings, right a couple of blocks away from the arena here. Yeah, and whatever it is, they're keeping it under wraps, that's for sure.
Suomela will send this back into his own zone. On it goes for Olli Mata. Mata to the line. 2-0 Finland here in the second. Olli Mata. And ends up back at the line for Veli Pokka. On for Suomela. Back for Pokka. Pokka having trouble with that puck. He doesn't want to settle down for him.
Your picture's on the side of buildings in Kelowna too, isn't it?
No, at the post office. Kakko going cross ice. Dead or alive, and I prefer the alive if I had a choice. In across for Christie and Nagy. Why do you think I'm over here?
Stop stealing stamps.
Yeah. Puskoye lets the shot go. Jokinora lost it and put to the back of the net by Seabrook, and this game is a one-goal game.
This is what they're hoping for. This is what Hungary wants. Keep hanging around and hanging around. Kind of a busted up play. Jokinora just doesn't look real comfortable in this game. He goes long stretches without seeing shots, and most goalies will tell you. And look at that. I mean, look, he scoops it up in the air and has no idea. He basically scored that on himself twice. The original shot, he scoops way up in the air, and he puts it in with the back of his foot at the same time that Hungary's going to the net, and Seabrook gets a stick on it, but very uncomfortable for Jokinora there, and all of a sudden Hungary's right there.
So we'll see whether it is Seabrook's goal or Puskoye's goal. I think they've given it to Seabrook. But you're right. Jokinora might have put that into his own net. So a 2-1 game. It has not been easy for Finland. They had everything they could handle from Germany. And now a one-goal lead on Hungary here in the second period.
Also this year, hundreds of volunteers will be working on the tournament without escape room. So that we can win the game. Volunteers are the game makers that we need. Tässäkin turnauksessa työskentelee satoja todellisia maailmanmestaruuskilpailujen supersankareita ja vapaaehtoisia. Ilman heitä me emme olisi täällä tänään. Jokaisessa ottelussa valitsee yhden vapaaehtoisen. Each game we reward one volunteer. Sara, who is volunteer of the game in this game?
The volunteer of the game today is the person who's been taking care of the hospitality section. So we're taking care of our VIP clients with a good and positive attitude. And the very positive side of it is also that he reaches pretty much higher than anybody else. So maybe you can guess which one of these two this person is. Good luck to the head of volunteer of the game, Eli Ottila! Nice applause!
2-1 here, 1-1 over in Riga. And the host countries, Latvia and Finland, being hospitable hosts, allowing the two new teams to score goals here in the last couple of minutes. Hungary and Slovenia coming into the tournament after finishing 1-2 in the D1A tournament last year in Slovenia. Great Britain and Poland will be in this tournament next year in Czechia. And Hungary, one of the teams trying to avoid relegation. This gets played back in for Matin Palo. He'll send it in all the way around the boards it goes. Horvat will put it in behind his own net. There's a penalty coming up. And it is going to go to Hungary, and Finland will go to the power play for the third time. This one in behind the play.
Horvat heads to the penalty box, and so
the puck was gone. I'm not sure he knew it was gone, though.
Yeah. Finland with a chance to move the puck around. They've shown some flashes here, certainly, of of moving the puck well. They seem to want to force it into the bumper spot right in the middle of the ice. I think sometimes they give up some pretty good chances to shoot from the point from straight on. We'll see what they do here. You got a lefty on the left wing side there. That Pessinen out there, I think, to see what he does, because if he doesn't move around a little bit, he's not going to have very many options of passing the puck, and that's what I've seen from them at certain times on their power play. If you have a lefty on the left side, then you better have some movement, otherwise you're just blocked out everywhere, and you can't take any one-timers either.
You have Lehtinen, the top line, and Pessinen out on this power play for Finland. And Lehtinen, who opened the scoring in this game for Finland. Gets it on for Manninen. Manninen back for Lehtinen. He mishandled it, sends it on for Rantanen. Rantanen in for Hartikainen. Try to redirect. Puck to the far side. Gorak goes after it. Knocked it in behind his own net, but it will be handled there. And onto the stick of Mikko Rantanen. Back to the line. Lehtinen lets the shot go. Pessinen in front trying to be a screen, but this goes off a stick and up and net of play.
Yeah, they still seem just a little off on their power play. There isn't a whole lot of rhythm. They're talking to each other right now before this face-off, and I think, well, they should. And you can see the Finnish fans are just having a great time. It is a jam-packed place, as you can imagine, and they are just waiting for more goals.
They want to start this Friday off on the right foot. And that means having their home team win a big game here. A win yesterday, and Finland vaulted into 4th spot. A win today, and they vault into 3rd spot. Lehtinen sends this on for Rantanen. Rantanen around steep sheets, tried to play it cross ice. Pessinen tracks it down. Pessinen will leave it there. Manninen back for Lehtinen. Lehtinen draws the defender to him. That's Jonas Hari. Sends it back in behind the net. Rantanen, Manninen, Lehtinen in tight. Gets it to the front of the net. Turned away by Balij.
Well, that was another different look. I wonder if they talked about that. Maybe that's what they were talking about before the face-off. They got it in behind the net. Rantanen moved there and gave it a totally different look. And it should have been a better shot from the point, but it looked good anyway. It was a better setup.
Sumala for Kakko. Kakko with a good shot, looking high blocker side, and a good save by Balij. Power play is over. One shot on that man advantage for Finland. Here comes Olli Maatta. Maatta will send it on for Koivisto. Turned away on the short side by Balij. Sumala after it, tried to get it to Armia. It's cleared away, and out to center ice it goes. Vinca will carry in. Peter Vinca plays it behind the net. Fesh, the defenseman, is on the loose puck all the way in behind the Finland net. Comes back, trying to play it off the backboards was Kish. Gets it for a second time, tried to play it deep. Sumala breaks it up. And Kakko will deflect this out to center ice. Fesh back for Hungary. On for Kish and on for Nagy. Yergo Nagy will send it in. Terbosh in on the forward check. Puck ends up in behind the net. Olli Maatta trying to clear. Terbosh intercepted the pass. Going to get a little bit of help there from Christoph Pop. And then finally Olli Maatta is on the loose puck. And Olli Maatta, 2021 KHL championship for him. The 2014 Liga championship with Karpat. This gets cleared up at center ice. Deflected in, backhander. Kapanen dishes it off. And a shot from the line by Seppala went off a stick and over top the net. For Olli Maatta, back-to-back Stanley Cup championships with Pittsburgh, back-to-back OHL titles with the London Knights. So Olli Maatta, who's averaging 19-22 coming into this game, wanting to be part of that success story here for Finland. Billy Polka will play this up to the blue line. Polka knocks this down. Finally, he will send this out. And it gets cleared in. Balij will send it up at center. Sofron for Bartolic and back for Sofron. Szabo is in from the line. Szabo had to get away from him, and big Marko Anttila will start back. Anttila takes it around the Hungarian net. And Szabo trying to stay with big Anttila. Bartolic there to help out, but it's intercepted and almost ended up in front of the net on the stick of Anttila. Anttila stepped into Szabo. And Freeman will send it around for Merila. Valtteri Merila bounced it to the line, kept in by Christian Nagy. Took a shot off the foot the other night, but is in the lineup tonight. And Gorat is back for Hungary. Sends it up, and this will get sent in. And an icing call as on his own side of center was Vinca.
Hungary continues to just hang in there. When they get a chance, they get it to the net quickly. If you take a look at the crazy goal that they scored, that basically Olkanora was his own worst enemy on that. But for the Hungarians, they came in with so many guys with just so few shots. Seabach had 2 shots on goal total in 4 games coming in. Sofron had 4 shots on goal. When you have forwards that are playing on a regular basis, I don't know how you can go that long without trying to get at least some more shots on goal. We mentioned the fact that they didn't have a shot as a team for 2 periods in the last game. So I get it, but how you can be wired to allow that to happen and not even get in there and try and get a couple of shots. But they're doing a better job of that here this afternoon.
Otama lets the shot go, change directions. There was room on the glove side, but it missed the net. Hartikainen trying to work it away from Horvat. Hartikainen drops it off for Rantanen. Back for Hartikainen. On for Lehtinen. Jammed up in the corner. Hartikainen in with a bump on Nagy. And Kish will send the puck around the boards. Autobosch will play this on. Pop will carry it in. Christoph Pop turns and fires. Rantanen down low, blocked it. And now the lead pass for Rantanen. He'll circle back into his own zone as Finland starts to change. There's the long up for Kakko. Sumala back for Capo Kakko. Circles up high, dishes off for Koivisto. Koivisto sends it down. Sumala's there. Sumala being watched on the play by Seabach. It's out to center ice. And Gallo is on it for Hungary. Vilmos Gallo in the corner in a battle there with Olli Maatta. Played around the boards for Capo Kakko. He tried to clear, could not. And put back down low by Balázs Seabach. On for Olli Maatta. Maatta stopped at the line by Erdley. Back on for Kakko, coming off a career-high season for him offensively with the New York Rangers.
I'm guessing that Kevin Constantine's got to be pretty happy with his team about the way they've checked. He wanted them to be more like vicious dogs when they don't have the puck and to get on top of the Finns, and they've done a nice job here in this game. Frustration level continues, I think, for the Finns. It's only a 2-1 game when they're hoping and trying to go towards it should be 4 or 5-1. But the Hungarians are not letting that happen.
Koivisto sends this on at center ice. Pessonen takes it around the net, trying to get to the forehand.
Suomela got hurt behind the scenes and away from the play, a collision. He banged in. I'm not sure who he had the collision with, but he went extremely slow back to the bench.
Ville Pokka fights off one check, sends it on, and Kasperi Kapanen will deflect it into the Hungary end of the ice. Pojgoi going in after it. He got pressured. Puck around the boards. In on the forecheck, Lamiko trying to keep it in the Hungary zone, can't. And it's back out at center and back to the line for Ville Pokka. Latvia has taken the lead on Slovenia. Kaspars Daugavins. There's a lot of familiar faces year in, year out on that Latvian team. Christoph Pop Plays it on for Gergo Nagy. Nagy throws it long shot wide of UC Okanora. Steep Sheets will hold it in, and now it's cleared. Antela couldn't settle it down, or it may have been an odd man rush. Balij comes out and sends it on for Nagy. Gergo Nagy for Terbuch. Terbuch with the wrister, and Okanora will snare that and hang on to it. It's a one-goal game here late in the second.
It's time for the referee death count.
Sitten tuoretaan rajoittaa malli sieltä ja sitten päästään itse päätämässä.
Ja lähtee. Go!
Taas oli viimeinen piiru.
Yes, good job, fantastic.
Taas oli. Fantasticus. That's first,
Because of the success Finland had last year at this World Championship, you kind of expected some of the same from them, and we still may see it. We just haven't seen the domination that we saw last year. Steep Sheets will send this in. Offensively and defensively. There's a chance. Okanora got the right pad down as Gallo with a chance on a spinorama shot. They didn't give up the chances that they're giving up this year. As a result, they had shutout after shutout. Hartikainen back for Rantanen. Rantanen gets away from Fesh. Rantanen to the backhand, tried to knife a backhander through.
He wants a penalty called on him there. Yeah, it's getting a little bit anxious out there. A couple of guys jumping around. Mikko Lehtinen got a little excited there for a minute and then just thought better of it and backed away. Nice job by Rantanen to fight his way to the net. And before that, there's the save by Okanora. And it seems like about a week ago since he had his last shot or his last flurry, and he was right on it there and made a big save.
Okanora was 8-0 last year, 1.11 goals against average and a save percentage of .943. Yoel Armia turned to the forehand and lost the puck. Hadobash, Zabo, and Zabo tried to go cross ice for Safron. Taken by Sumala. Koivu's too with the long lead pass, and it was beyond the reach of Bjornanen. Or rather Kakko. Kakko will chase this down. Kakko puts on the brakes in behind the net. Gets it for Sumala, short side, try, save, rebound. Kakko got a whack at it. Armia gets a try on the short side as Kakko centered it. Back for Kakko, another shot to the short side. That goes off the side of the net. Kept in by Sumala, sends it back down around the net. And now it will be carried up for Erdley. +4 coming into this game to lead Hungary in that department was Crawdad early. Out at center ice, Bartolish heads to the bench on the change. And Hungary back on the regroup. On for Christoph Pop from Horvat. Pop will dump it in deep and goes in after it. Into the final minute of the second period. And a one-goal lead for Finland. Jammed up in the corner, back at the line, long shot. That got blocked in front. Hartikainen will pitch this out at center. Sakari Manninen on for Rantanen. Rantanen takes it to the outside on Horvat. Rantanen trying to lose the checking of Horvat. Horvat steals the puck. Sends it on for Gergo Nagy, and he'll flip it in. Hari's after it. He'll dish it off. Here it comes for Fesh. Fesh was getting to set up a one-timer and it skipped on him. And it'll be cleared by Lehkonen. with some speed for Seabrook. Takes it to the outside, dying seconds. Throws it to the short side, off the side of the net. And the second period will come to an end. And now Safron is into it there with Ultima. So Hungary getting a little aggressive here, feeling good about their game. Maybe some frustration on the part of the Finland team. 2-1 Finland, 40 done.
The score between Team Latvia and Team Slovenia.
Sorry. Hey, on your stick! Move the puck! But hey, let him play! It's in! It's in! Right with you, right with you. I got him. Hey, I got him. Let me help.
Third period about to get going here. Game 1 for today. Austria and Germany will be our second game here in Tampere. Venca Balic has faced 20. He has stopped 18, has made some real good stops. And Jussi Olkinuora made some good saves early in this game, but at times has looked like he's fighting the puck. He's only faced 11 shots. He stopped 10.
Well, you know what? His save percentage shows that too, Dennis. Coming into this game, you only played one game, but 769 save percentage is not that great. And Balic came in 931 save percentage, so it pretty much shows you right there. And that's kind of the way they played in this game.
Third period underway. Stuff back at the line, and Steepsheets will send this in. Olkinuora will grab it and hang on to it. Get a face-off in the Finland end of the ice. It is Venca Steepsheets who leads all Hungary players in ice time at just over 12 minutes.
I don't know how much credit to give Hungary or how much we should just be still saying, Finland, what's wrong with you? But this game is closer than I expected it to be. There's no doubt in my mind.
So Steepsheets leading from a defensive position. Erdley and Bartolic, the big-time minute guys up front for Hungary. There's a shot from the line by Lehtinen. That one over top the net. Hartikainen trying to get that up front for Rantanen. Comes back at the line for Lehtinen. He'll slip it back down low. Mikko Lehtinen with the game-winning goal against Germany. Otama lets the shot go, scores! Ati Otama. Has given Finland a 2-goal lead with his first point of this tournament.
You got to watch this move by Mikko Rantanen off the wall. I hope they roll it back far enough to show that. There it is, top of your screen. Between two guys, rolls backwards, controls the puck, steps out into the middle of the ice, and now he's free. There's the end of the move. Absolutely brilliant. There's another one to add to it. And now Otama is able to drift in, and he's well below the tops of the circle, and he's dead center, and he makes the perfect shot. But that's on Mikko Rantanen, and just was brilliant coming off that wall and making the pass.
And Hartikainen and Rantanen are such a handful down low, and it created some room. Ati Otama from Rantanen and Manninen.
Well, coming downhill from the point, we haven't seen enough of that. You and I were talking off air about on their power play. They don't seem to want to take shots on the power play from their point at all. Finland we're talking about. But yet, two of the goals they've scored have been from their D-man moving in, and both times it's been Rantanen making a great play to feed them and moving in and making a great shot.
So a goal and an assist in this game for Otama. And a 3-1 lead now for Finland. Olimata on for Sumala, dumps it in. After it, Kasperi Kapanen. Kapanen will dig it free. Kakos sends it across. So some line juggling now, and Kapanen's been the guy that's been moved around. He's now on the line where he usually will find Joel Armia.
And I think that's a good thing. It's another thing you and I were talking about. I mean, Finland's got to give a different look, a different feel to themselves. I think line changes certainly are in order just to sort of get their attention, to change the feel up a little bit offensively. They can always go back to the other ones if they so desire, but a change is as good as a rest here for sure for Finland.
Penalty coming to Hungary, and the official was not going to call this until there was a possession turnover, and then really had no option but to call it, but it was a late call.
Yeah, it's Nagy. Nagy gets in there on the forecheck, and it's always a bad idea to be reaching, even if a guy goes down and, you know, it looks a little bit phony, and Nagy is just, look at him, it's like, are you kidding me? But anytime you go in on the forecheck and you extend your arms and you reach, and a player with the puck decides to go down, you're going to get called. It's a bad idea.
So for the fourth time in this game, Finland goes to the power play with a chance here with a power play goal to really take control of this game. There's that pass into the slot again for Hartikainen.
They keep doing that, and he doesn't have much room. He has scored a beauty of a goal earlier on in the tournament, but that seems to be the only way they want to score goals, to get him into the bumper spot.
Pessonen for Hartikainen, up for Lehtinen, cross for Manninen. Manninen, Rantanen, Lehtinen, shot right on. Balij will take this in the midsection and hang on to it.
How about that? A shot from the point? Their left wing side with Manninen, a lefty on the left side, and he has no movement at all. When you're on the flank, you either have a one-timer or you have reads and you have to move it. If you're going to be a lefty on the left side, you got to loop up and you got to come downhill. With no motion when you're standing still, you almost have no options, and it is shown over and over again on this Finnish power play. They might as well get it back to the point and pound it, and at least go for rebounds and tips and deflections.
Comes back at the line for Olli Maatta. Joel Armia back for Maatta. Maatta mishandled it. Chopped it in, but this will be delayed offside, so they clear the zone. But that allows all the time in the world for Janos Hari to get the puck all the way down the ice. Olli Maatta with the drop for Kasperi Kapanen. Kapanen will cut to the near side with Armia. Armia plays it back for Kakko. Sumala back for Armia. Cross it goes for Olli Maatta, and Maatta's shot. And that is off a stick and up and out of play.
Erdely gets a stick. He's really good at that. Erdely's, I think, been their best overall player in many ways, I think, for Hungary. He gets a lot of ice time, as you mentioned earlier, Dennis, and he's all over the place. He can defend. He gets as many chances as anybody else on their team, which probably isn't saying a lot for Hungary because they don't generate a lot of offense by any means, but Erdely keeps getting out there and getting some things done defensively.
Power play continues for Finland, 44 seconds. Rantanen on the near side, dishes it off for Lehtinen. On for Manninen, so they've switched sides with it. There's a shot, scores! Hartikainen comes to the puck, takes the one-time pass and rips it. And a 4-1 lead now for Finland.
And that's exactly what the change was. Yeah, they get the puck into the middle of the ice to Hartikainen, but he does come towards Rantanen, and that's the key. He wasn't just standing still, otherwise he would have been covered again. Not enough movement in the middle of the ice. This time there was. And Rantanen definitely has the touch when it comes to setting plays up. He hasn't scored, but boys, he made some beautiful plays. And that is a beautiful spinning shot by Hartikainen, who has been their best sniper. And you can see the reaction in the penalty box. And I don't blame them there. Finland now starting to roll a little bit offensively.
3 for Hartikainen. All have come on the power play. And a 4-1 lead now for Finland.
Interesting that they put Rantanen on the other side, too. And Rantanen gets a lot of attention. They were aware, Hungary was, but another great pass and a different look for Finland. So I give them credit there, Dennis. Changing lines up a little bit, giving a little different look on the power play. Yeah, it's about time to give them a different feel offensively.
Hartikainen, 28 goals in the Swiss League this year. Led that league in goal scoring. At center, Vincent will dump it in. Played around the boards. Merila chips this into the Hungary zone. Nagy will hustle back for it. Nagy getting pressured by Lamiko. Sends it on for Hadobash. Or Horvath, 33. Horvath plays it ahead. Cleared back around the boards. Deep Sheets is going to hold it in. Player change coming, so there's room on the near side for Harry Pessonen. Terbuch is in after him, and Pessonen will take it back in behind Okanora. Harry Pessonen with some speed. Back at the line it comes. Grabbed off by Olli Maatta. Mata plays it up top. Koivisto sends it back down for Armia. Joel Armia trying to spin away from Fesh. He'll drop it back. Pessinen leaves it at the line. Koivisto throws it to the front, kicked away by Ballish. Pessinen sends it behind for Lamiko. Lamiko trying to work it out front. Armia's on it. Joel Armia chips it back at the line for Olli Mata. Mata will go cross ice for Koivisto, on for Armia. Joel Armia, a little one-touch play there with Pessinen. Back for Armia. He had Lamiko and he couldn't get a stick on it. Back at the line, Pessinen, Armia. Armia finds some room, doesn't shoot it. Puts on the brakes against Steep Sheets again, throws it to the front, but Lamiko's stick was tied up. Capo Kakko will slow it down at center. That allows Finland to get the change in. 4-1 lead Finland. 6 minutes gone here in the third.
Nice shift by Joel Armia, who already has one beautiful assist in this game and should have had two. I mean, that should have ended up in the back of the net. Armia starting to come to the fore now offensively as well for Finland. Another good sign.
Mikko Lehtinen with 2 goals in this tournament. Shot score! Kasperi Kapanen. And Finland taking control of this game, and a 5-1 lead as Kasperi Kapanen finds the back of the net with his first of this World Championship.
Yeah, not just a miss for Ballish, and he's looking up at the ceiling, and I'm sure he's muttering to himself. He's had trouble on the glove hand side, and Kapanen does a nice job. Oh, does that get deflected? I think that may have gotten deflected. Let's take another look here and see if this goes off the back of the leg of one of the defenders. Yeah, it did. So I didn't give him credit for that early on. I thought that was just a plain miss. But I think that may have gone off the back of the leg of Hodabas. But either way, Kapanen with a good shot there, Finland up 5-1.
So Kapanen makes this a 5-1 game, son of Sami Kapanen, who played 831 games in the National Hockey League with the Hartford, Carolina organization, and then finished up in Philadelphia. Another point for Rantanen. This comes around the boards, taken there by Pajgoyi. 2018 Hungarian Defenseman of the Year. Trying to play this in, and it gets sent out at center ice. $14 back on this Hungary team. Hardikainen sends this in deep. Manninen goes in after it. Horvat ties him up. Puck comes loose. He gets cleared out of harm's way by Terbuch. He'll head to the bench on the change.
This has not been a real physical game. I've looked 5 or 6 times and I think, oh, that guy's going to get killed. He's got to get his head down, and nobody's even gotten touched. So there's no like hunting out there as far as when a guy's got his head down that, you know, we're really getting whacked in this game. So the physical side of it, yeah, there's been pushing and shoving after the whistle. That's the usual stuff, but no hunting out there.
Hardikainen to the backside looking for Manninen. Rantanen is there. It bounces into the corner. Janos Harry trying to clear the zone, kept in at the line, back for Rantanen. Rantanen protects it, gets some down low help from Seppala. Seppala will dish it off. Off the bench on the change, Bjornanen leaves it for Veli Poka. Poka will drop it back for Bjornanen. Bjornanen gets double teamed in the corner, but Rantanen is on the puck. Rantanen gets tripped up and a penalty coming up. As Harry's going to go to the box for tripping, and Finland will go back to the power play with a 4-goal lead. Well, Jukka Jalonen, the head coach of Finland, wanted some more finish from his players. Rantanen 3 assists today, Lehtinen a goal and an assist, Otama a goal and an assist, Kakko a goal and an assist. Sumila, who didn't play the other day, has a couple of assists. And Finland with a 5-1 lead and back to the power play one more time.
It made me wonder, though, even at the end of the second period, if this was going to come or not. Hungary was hanging around, and Finland just kind of like, are you really in that offensive gear yet? But they're starting to get there now, no doubt, with 5 goals.
It's the period Finland needed. There's a save by Balic, and I don't just mean the team. I think the country needed this kind of a period. The fans in this building especially.
Yeah, they're starting to go nuts now. That murmur and that buzz is all positive now, and these Finnish people just are outstanding. What a great place this is, and their enthusiasm and their outdoor attitude that they always have transfers to inside here now.
Joel Armia cross ice. Sumila with the shot. Balic got that left shoulder up. Kakko's on the loose puck. Back for Sumila. Shot. Scramble in front. And it's chopped wide as both Kapanen and Kakko were there. Shot to the front. Save made Balic. Back for Sumila. They are putting pucks to the net now.
A totally different look on their power play. And yeah, they're just shooting.
Joel Armia, good pass. Down to the goal line. Kakko for Armia. Save on the short side. Armia on it again. Down to the goal line for Kakko. Sumila will wait for it to settle down. Tried to come backside. That's intercepted and cleared. So Dominik Kubalik continues to lead the tournament in scoring with 10 points. Mackenzie Weegar 8. Rantanen has now moved up into 7. All assists for Mikko Rantanen. And Nikolai Ehlers, who has 4 goals and 6 points. Mannanen has climbed up. There's a chance for Marko Antila. And then Antila goes sliding into the netminder. Cervenka with 6 points. Lauritsen with 6 points. So we're starting to see a little more offense in this tournament. Centered in front. Manton Pella tried to get that onto the stick in the slot of Merila.
Well, chemistry is starting to come around, right? A few more games under the belt. All these players coming together at the last minute and starting to get a feel, perhaps. Offense is the last thing to come. Usually defense is hard work and positioning, but offense, you need some chemistry and some feel for your teammates, and maybe that's why we're starting to see the offense kick in.
Well, the Finland fans are fired up, and that's because the Hungarian fans are still fired up.
Always. They're always fired up.
But 2 for 5 with 14 shots on the power play. Brian, you talked about them getting into different positions and different looks. They had 6 shots on that last power play.
Something had to change. There just was not enough motion, and they were overthinking everything. So it's a good move for them. Good move by the coaches to change the lines up, to get different guys out there, show some different looks, and just change the field, like literally shake it up, make the players think about different things and go about it in a different way. It wasn't working the other way.
Slap shot by Gallo from the left side. That sailed wide. Bartolish will play it back for Gallo. Gallo trying to work it out of the corner. Got bumped there by Mannanen, and then Lehtinen will pick up the chase on Gallo. Otama with a couple of points in this game. Sends it on for Rantanen. Rantanen to the line. Dances his way in. Rantanen into the slot for Lehtinen. Save made Balic. Mannanen plays it around the boards, but Finland was changing, so it comes out the center.
Rantanen may not be putting the puck in the net, but boy, is he putting the show on, handling the puck, making moves, and passing.
There's a shot save made by Olkinora, and he will hang on to it. We'll pick up on that Rantanen thought when we come back. 5-1 Finland. mentioned this earlier about Mikko Rantanen not scoring. He had 55 in the NHL this year. There's a shot. Pazgoyev let that one go and it went wide. He had a couple of streaks where he didn't score this year. Late October went 4 games without a goal, then had 9 in 6 games. And then January into February went 6 games without scoring and then scored 6 in 5 games and has 3 assists in this game, and there's some of his work today.
Yeah, he has been brilliant with the puck. He has set people up for great look. Look at this movement. Beautiful stuff. Defenseman both times moving in from the point while everybody's trying to catch up to Mikko Rantanen, and then there he is on the power play off the left side instead of the right wing side, and he has really inspired this Finnish crowd who's really into it, dancing and singing all over the place. These people are really fantastic, aren't they? I was out for a walk this morning. I was going up a slight grade on the bridge, and a guy must have been 70 years old in short sleeves was on his bike, probably on his 26th mile, and he just wasn't even puffing. You know, the Finnish people are like that. I'm wearing a coat, and by the time I got to the top of it, my Apple Watch is asking me if I need assistance.
Tampere is a lovely city in between a couple of lakes.
People are outdoorsy people, that's for sure. Very hardy, and they're very hardy in here right now.
Zabo will get knocked out in behind the net, and play will get whistled down. We'll get a stoppage. 6:07 to go here in period number 3.
I imagine Kevin Constantine behind his bench, the Hungarian bench, going as a reminder, we're not going to let this happen. What happened against Sweden ended up 7-1. Although when it gets like this and you have really good players starting to feel it, which Finland has, it's hard to stop the bleeding after a while. There's a big-time pile up there. Looks like Armia was able to escape without getting hurt there. That's a good thing.
Germany and Austria, our second game here in Tampere. It'll be an 8:20 local start, and Austria right now 1 point, Hungary 2, and Germany 3. Germany looking to separate itself. There's a low shot to the far corner and a good save made by Balijov Koivisto. Germany looking to separate itself and climb the standings. Big win for Germany yesterday after 3 one-goal losses against very good teams to start the tournament. Kako takes it in, sends it down low. Short side try, turned aside. Sumala's on it, plays it back at the line. Matten Powell takes the pass from Freeman and a one-timer, save made, and we'll get a face-off. 5:51, 5-1 Finland. Welcome back to Tampere. We are in southern Finland. I mentioned it's in between 2 lakes, and the lakes are connected. The Tamerkoski Rapids connecting the 2 lakes. There's a shot, scores! Valtteri Merula added to the roster, and he finds the back of the net with his first.
Right off the face-off, Finland controls it, and they get it into the deep slot. And Merila just turns and fires, and it's just starting to unravel there for Hungary. Hungary had everybody go back towards the net. Look, all the red jerseys, as soon as the puck goes back to the point, They're recovering, trying to get a rebound. Well, they turn their back on Merila, and Merila just kind of floats his way. He barely moved. He's in the upper slot area. So many bodies and so much commotion in front of the goaltender Balige, and he just can't get a handle on it.
So a 6-1 game for Hungary. A well-earned day off tomorrow. Bjorninen and Freeman with the assists on the goal. And I mentioned Germany, Austria, and Hungary. On Sunday, it'll be Germany and Hungary. And then Hungary will close a game Monday against Austria. So they still kind of control their own destiny. But they will be watching the Austria-Germany game tonight with some interest.
Well, Finland came into this game a goal differential of -1. I mean, that just, I looked at it and I went, come on, that can't be true. At least they moved to the plus side now at this point now. They'll be, what, a +4 at least. That helps. And Hungary moves down to, what, -18 in the goal differential.
And I guess we will see if this is exactly what the doctor ordered for Finland.
Yep.
They will play again tomorrow, Finland against Austria. And then Sunday, Monday will be off days for Finland. And then Tuesday, Finland against Denmark. And that game may have some standings complications for Denmark.
Well, this is kind of the way I expected this game to go based on Hungary and, you know, what kind of a team they are, and they just don't have the horses. But I had serious doubts after 2 periods. I mean, Finland didn't have much going. Hungary was hanging around in there, and that's all they want to do. But I don't know what happens to them in the 3rd period. That's 2 consecutive games now for Hungary against Sweden and now against Finland, where it's a collapse in the 3rd period. And Sweden got what they wanted, and now Finland's gotten what they wanted too, with their guys feeling good.
2 shots on goal in this 3rd period, so Finland has totally taken control of this game. 36-13 now. Armia off the face off the shot. The rebound, that got blocked. Sliding across was Kish. So a couple of big losses for Hungary. 7-1 to Sweden, 7-1 to USA. 6-1 here in this one, but their goal, and Kevin Constantine didn't deny it, their goal wasn't to come here and go to the quarterfinals or win a gold medal. Their goal is to come back next year in Czechia, this main group, not get relegated, because that has been the history. They qualify, and they are calling it.
Yeah, that's a bad penalty.
I looked at the back referee. He didn't have his hand up, and I thought there was going to be a mercy non-call, but
Keith's going to the penalty box, and I don't know if, I mean, it certainly shows his fatigue. It's mental and emotional fatigue for sure. This is a bad penalty to take, and it very nearly could have been 7-1 there if that puck hadn't jumped over the stick of Polka moving in from the point. Yeah, that's just bad. That's a mental mistake, but the fatigue factor, perhaps they're just not in good enough shape, you know, to hang in there for 3 full periods on a team that just keeps them under siege in their own end for the most part of 2 periods.
And that's what does separate some of the teams here. Some teams can roll out 1-2 lines that can play with the other teams, but not the 3rd and 4th line or the 5th or 6th or 7th or 8th defenseman. Taken by Hartikainen. Dishes it in behind the net. Pessinen will get it across for Rantanen. So
back
Finland
on the right side now. He was on the left side last time he got his assist.
Yeah, that #1 power play unit right back out there. Rantanen the shot. And I'm assuming they would like to get Rantanen on the score sheet.
Yeah.
With a goal. He's got 3 assists in this game. Manninen on for Rantanen, fires, and he whistled that one over top the net.
Yeah, I would say that's what's happening. They are getting him the biscuit every time they can.
Back it goes, Manninen across for Rantanen, but it got deflected. His puck got a stick in the way of that. Rantanen brings it right back in, and Balij makes the save off Rantanen.
He looks like a man among boys at times, doesn't he? Rantanen gets the puck. He just steers his way through crowds and makes just beautiful plays.
Flipped it in front for Hartikainen. Save made in the rebound. Pessonen couldn't drive it through. And now Pessonen shaken up as he stumbled into the boards there against the checking of Christian Nagy. Back it comes for Lehtinen. Play goes on. Shot by Rantanen, saved by Balij, and cleared down the ice.
Pessinen's okay, and that's good news. There's no penalty on the play. It was just a hit that went bad, but Pessinen was slow to get up, but at least he did get up.
And Rantanen over to the bench to get ice bags on his arms. There's a shot, scores. Yoel Armia dances his way in and gets the 7th of the game, and another power play goal for Finland. Boy, this is going to bump their power play numbers. That's 4 in this game.
And check off another box. Yoel Armia, who's been really good in this tournament. I mean, he's had some really good games where he set up some beautiful plays. He had a beautiful assist earlier in this game, and how about that move right at the blue line? Kept a little acceleration left, a little outside, inside, and for a defenseman, you never want to get beaten to the inside, but Hadovas definitely went for the first move, and Yoel Armia with the perfect finish. So check off another box. A big goal for Yoel Armia as well, who had trouble finding the back of the net before.
Armia had 5 in the tournament last year. That is his 2nd of this World Championship as Finland finds the offense. At the line. This gets played down low. Sumala. So Jussi Olkinuora will get an assist along with Olimata on the goal by Yoel Armia. So the top teams in Group A have all come up with 7-1 scores against Hungary, USA, Sweden, and now Finland. Horvat takes it behind his own net, and this one will come to an end.
Finland accomplished what they wanted to. Score 7 goals, get everybody feeling good about themselves. Yep, check that box off.
24-2, the shots in the 3rd period in favor of Finland. 44-13 the final in the shots. Finland wins back-to-back games. 7-1 your final here in Tampere.
Shots on goal in the 3rd period. Team Finland 24, Team Hungary 2. Laukaukset maalia kohti koko ottelussa. Suomi 44, Unkari 13. Vuoden 2023 IIHF jääkiekon MM-kisojen yhteistyökumppani Raiffeisen Bank International palkitsee kummankin joukkueen parhaan pelaajan. The best players of both teams will be awarded by Raiffeisen Bank International, official sponsor of the 2023 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship Tournament. Unkarin palkinnon jakaa Prize for Team Hungary is presented by Kansainvälisen jääkiekkoliiton hallituksen jäsen, International Ice Hockey Federation Council member Susanna Kolbenheier. Suomen palkinnon jakaa Prize for Team Finland is presented by Suomen jääkiekkoliiton puheenjohtaja, President of the Finnish Ice Hockey Association, Harri Nummela. Unkarin paras pelaaja, best player of Team Hungary, numero 23, number 23, Zeten Hadovas. Suomen paras pelaaja, Best Player of Team Finland, numero 96, number 96, Mikko Rantanen. Arvoisa yleisö, jos pystyt, pyydän nousemaan ylös, ottamaan hatun päästäsi ja kuulemaan voittajajoukkue Suomen kansallishymnin. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, please rise and remove your hats for the national anthem of the Finnish team, Finland. Tänään Nokia-areenalla ottelua Itävalta-Saksa kello 20:20. Tervetuloa! The 2023 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship Tournament will continue today in Nokia Arena at 8:20 p.m. with the game Team Austria against Team Germany. Welcome! Arvoisa yleisö, areenat yhdennetään otteluiden välissä. Nähdään pian. Ladies and gentlemen, the venue is empty between the games. See you soon!
Some days it can be difficult to get through to each other. Other days, it can also be as simple as something else accidentally getting in the way. Then suddenly.
You had a much stronger offensive output against Finland than in your last game. Was there an element that you thought was working well despite the loss?
Yeah, it's starting in the D zone that we need to play more simple game that we did against Sweden, and I think we did a really good job in the first two periods, so the offense come with the good defense.
You mentioned the first two periods where your team looked much more in it. Was there a moment where this game felt as though it slipped away?
Yeah, I mean, Finland is a really great team, so I think we did all we can, so we can be sad about it. We should be proud.
Your last two games of the tournament coming against Austria and Denmark, sorry, Germany and Austria. What is the focus down the stretch that you want your team to build upon?
Hungarian. Nagyon szeretnénk megnyerni mind a két meccset, és nagyon szeretnénk, hogy a szurkolók velünk legyenek ugyanúgy, mint eddig is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joel, a strong offensive output from Finland tonight, registering 7 goals. What stood out to you about the offensive depth your team showed?
Well, I think it was an even game through the third, and good thing that we started the third with a goal there, and just kept kind of our confidence kept growing from there.
Your teammate Mikko Rantanen registering 3 assists in this game. What does he add to your team, and what kind of leader is he on this squad?
Well, I think he has the puck on his stick the whole time he's on the ice, and he's obviously strong in the battles. Really a skilled guy coming off the battles and looking for those plays. Yeah, it's just a good leader, good guy to follow.
Your coach talked about the importance of building as a team each and every game. As you now approach your final 2 games in the preliminary round, what's the focus to ensure to pick up some crucial points?
No varmasti tulee tiukkoja pelejä vastaan ja mun mielestä on ihan hyvin mennyt, ollaan kehitytty tässä koko ajan. Mun mielestä tämmönen ilta, mitä tässä 3. erässä näytettiin, niin varmasti siivittää me seuraavan voittoon ja antaa sitä itseluottamusta.
Joel, thank you. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
The 2023 IIHF Act. Featuring all statistics of your favorite players.
App Store and Google Play. It's important to stay true to your own integrity, to the values that you